Hello everyone, Ms. Biz here. I'm outside, it's kind of cold, and I'm in the car. But it's like almost 7 o'clock in the morning because I got 5 hours of sleep and I couldn't sleep anymore. But anywhoozin', I wanted to talk to you guys about talking to your kids. Talking to your kids about sex, about consent, those uncomfortable conversations. Because if you don't, they will listen to their friends about the things that you don't talk to them about. And if you don't do something is going to happen. You can't go around saying, oh, not my kid. Yes, your kid. Yes, your kid. Because every kid does something that they're not supposed to do. Every single kid. You watch them. You've watched them grow. You've watched them make mistakes. You watch them. And if they're afraid of you or afraid of disappointing you, they are going to hide it. They are going to lie. They are going to do all of those things. So you not being open-minded and saying, not my kid, is going to make you look like a dummy when you find out, yes, your kid. Your kid was the one who did it. Seriously. I see it all the time. I met parents who are just like, oh, not my kid, yes. And then they found out and they were the ones with their pants down with their butt in the wind. They was the one looking stupid. Because they were vouching for a kid that they don't even know. Get to know your kid. Understand them. Learn their patterns. Learn how they think. Have regular conversations too, but also have those uncomfortable conversations that make you or your child feel uncomfortable when you talk about it. You know why? Because if you don't, somebody's going to teach them about it, or they're going to learn on their own, and they may learn the hard way, and you will have to be the burden of proof. For instance, when it comes to consent, it goes with touching, it goes with saying no, it goes with all of that. I teach my kids consent every single day. You're not allowed to grab something from somebody unless they give you consent or show you body language that it is okay to take what is in their hand. Like if they're handing it off to you, that's consent that you can take it. If they have it in their hand, that's not consent, unless it's yours. That's a different story. But you also have to train them about consent with people. When it comes to sex, they're going to talk to their friends about it. Guys and girls. They're going to talk to their friends about it. And if you don't give them the business about what's really going to happen, about making adult decisions that have very adult consequences, they're going to do some adult things and have some adult troubles because they didn't have the adult guidance to be able to get through it in the first place. Seriously. It sucks, but it's gonna happen. I'm going through that right now with one of my children. So, it's important that you do your part to make a decent human being, to make someone who's not just going to be successful in the world, but who's going to be an awesome powerhouse to move the world forward. And also, as an individual, that they can be successful in their own individual life and around others. Because the part that kids don't understand is that what they do doesn't just affect them, but it affects everybody around them. Give you an example. if, say, a child, two teenagers have sex, girl gets pregnant, guess what that does? That causes a burden on the family. What they didn't just affect them, it affected their family, it affected their friend life, it affected their entire life. Their life has changed forever. Their life is completely changed forever. And there is no going back from that. There's no going back from that. And it's not necessarily ruining their life. They just have to do a lot more in life now because they didn't do what they were supposed to do and they had no guidance. Or if they did, they didn't have the relationship to be able to talk about it. And that is important. We got to start encouraging our kids. We got to start encouraging our kids to talk to us. We got to start coming from a loving place, not a place of fear. We can't make them so afraid of us that they can't talk to us. We can't do that because it's not working. It is not working. It is being lost on parents. So make sure that you talk to your kids. Make sure you're coming from a loving place and a place of understanding and compassion and mercy and grace, regardless of if you had it or not. But tell them the truth. And tell them the dirty, nasty, raw truth about the whole thing. Tell them your experiences. Have a friend who's gone through something that you watched them go through. Let them tell their story to your child. So that way they get an understanding that this is real. This is not just something that we're trying to scare you into or anything like that. We're literally trying to help your life and make it better. So that way, because kids don't think about their future. They just don't. Parents, we're supposed to be thinking about that. So we can teach them how to think for the future for themselves. Because if we don't, we're going to have a bunch of kids who grow up into be adults who aren't thinkers. So that's all I got to say about that. But I love you guys. I hope this helps. And I will talk to you guys later. This is Ms. Biz signing out. Deuces.